Alright guys, so it's been a while since I've made a cooking video, so today we're going to make ground beef meatballs wrapped in turkey bacon. Alright, so we're going to do a quick run through of everything you're going to need for this recipe. So you need turkey bacon, whichever brand you want, Parmesan cheese, this is the one that we're going to use, a mixing bowl, 3 eggs, we've got our ground beef, this is 96% lean, 4% fat ground beef. We've got all our seasonings, so you got the cooking spray, and then the seasonings, the adobo, green salt, regular salt, and black pepper. And the other things you're going to need is Italian parsley, little sticks to stick the meatballs, a scale to weigh out each meatball to make sure they're all the same size, the measuring spoons, a blender to blend up the parsley. So for this recipe, we're using 2.5 pounds of ground beef. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this stuff in the mixing bowl. Alright, so for the 2.5 pounds of ground beef, we got to have 5 ounces of Parmesan cheese, and this whole thing is 5 ounces, so we're just going to dump this whole thing in there. So for this we need 2.5 teaspoons of this Italian parsley. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bunch in this blender cup. So there's 1 teaspoon. Alright, there's a 2nd teaspoon. Alright, so now using the 1/2 teaspoon measuring spoon, just dump that little half on there, and there we go, 2.5. Plus you want to mix this as evenly as possible because you're going to be counting the calories by how many meatballs you make, and they're all going to be the same weight. So you want to make sure they have the same amount, roughly the same amount of cheese, Parmesan, egg, all that. So make sure you mix it really well. Alright, so next up we're going to take all these eggs and we're going to put them all in this mix right here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so now we're going to mix the eggs into this bad boy. Let's try and break this yolk. Alright, so now we need 3/4 teaspoons of each of these seasonings. So let's get started. There's a 1/2 teaspoon of that, and then a 1/4 teaspoon right now. And next up is the garlic salt. So there's 1/2 teaspoon, and then 1/4. Onto the black pepper. There's 1/2 teaspoon and a 1/4. Last but not least, the salt. Ooh. What the? There we go. So now we're going to mix all of these seasonings into all of this meat. Ooh. Alright, so now I want to figure out how much this whole mix right here weighs. So I have it on the scale, zeroed out, and I'm just going to pick all of this up. And that's all of it that's in there. So I got 3 pounds and 2 ounces, so that's what, 16, 48. So it's about 50 ounces right there. And we're going to be dividing them up by 2.5 ounces each. Alright, so right now I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to weigh out each meatball, how I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to go to the next step and put the bacon and the stick on there. Alright, there we go, 2.5. So all this, I'm just going to roll it up like so. Nice little curved hand motion, you know. Nice little ball. Alright, so there's 1. So there's 2. Alright, so we're going to do 3 of these, and I'm going to show you guys the next step, the wrapping and the putting of the stick into the ball. Okay, so I have one of the meatballs. This is 1 whole slice of this bacon. So we're just going to go like this. Just wrap the whole thing. Oh, that looks good already. I wish I could eat it like this. And then just stick this right through, like that. And we're going to repeat that process for all 20 meatballs. So the 50 ounces at 2.5 ounces each is going to make 20 of these meatballs. So my camera lady now is going to help me out, and we're going to go through this a lot quicker. Alright, so we finished rolling all the meatballs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to preheat the oven to 400, and we're going to cook these for 20 minutes. So what you want to do is you want to put it on bake, not broil, bake. We're putting it to 400. and then start.
Bye.
So the oven is preheated to 400, so now we're going to throw these bad boys in there. There's one. And then... oh shit. There you go, 20 minutes, start. Alrighty, so here I have everything the ancient way, the old school way written down, the macros for each of the meatballs. So all these numbers, the calories, the carbs, fat, protein, I got it from each of the cartons. So from the carton of the beef, where that was, the carton of the cheese, and then the bacon slice. I just got it all off the packaging, and I just did the math here. So this is the total right here. And then you just divide this total by 20, because we made 20 meatballs. So each meatball comes out to be 112.5 calories, 0.25 grams of carbs, 4.55 grams of fat, and then 17.25 grams of protein. So the total is 112.5 calories for each meatball, and there's 20 of them. So I wrapped it in a slice of bacon. I did this just in case you didn't want to use the bacon. It's 142.5 calories with the slice of bacon. It's 0.25 grams of carbs, that didn't change. The fat went up a little bit because there's 2.5 grams of fat in each slice. So it's 7.05 grams of fat and 19.25 grams of protein. So this right here, this number, this line is what it is with the bacon, and this line right here is what it is without the bacon. Alright, so they're ready. We gotta pull these bad boys out of this oven carefully. But now we gotta cut into one of these and make sure that they cooked all the way through. We're gonna do the most center one right here. Let's see. Alright, so we cut into one of these. As you can see, it's still a little pink, but because they're still warm, they're gonna continue cooking. So we're just gonna leave them here for a little bit. Plus, a little pink in beef is not bad. Some people like have it like really red, their beef, like really bloody. That's like hardly anything. But like I said, they're gonna continue to cook right here as they sit around because they're still really hot. So we're gonna leave them here for a little bit, and then we're gonna try them. Alright, so now it's time to do the taste test. And I'm gonna finish the job that I already started on this one. So I'd already cut it open. See what it tastes like. Chris Jones taste test. That's really good. That's like awesome. Oh, well, I'm gonna have about 5 more of those.
Bye.
Your turn for a taste test. What do you think?
So good.
So good. That's going to conclude this cooking video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.